Hello, everyone, and welcome to Majeski Stadium in Lansing, our MHSAA game of the week on OEM TV, presented by the Robert Dowding Group of Keller Williams Realty. Ionia Bulldogs in town tonight, taking on the Sexton J-Dubs. I'm Colton Wesley. We're ready to get this one underway. Sexton will kick off to get this one started, kicking right to left across your screen. In the black helmets, red shirts, black pants. Ionia in the all-white with the blue numbers. Sexton coming in 3-3. Ionia looking for their first win of the season. Ionia had to forfeit a game a couple of weeks ago. It's been a tough season for them, but they put together a good performance last week against Charlotte, lost that game 40-28. And they think they can play spoiler for a Sexton team that's trying to lock in its playoff spot, currently ranked number 30 in Division 4 in the playoff points. Back deep to return Nolan Hart and Vincent Crippen for the Bulldogs. Gene Mitty has the ball on the tee for the J-Dubs. Referee still holding the kick. I think they're waiting for the chain crew to get set up on that far sideline. Today's game is presented, as I mentioned before, by the Robert Dowding Group at Keller Williams Realty. We'll hear more about them as we go throughout our evening. Looks like we are ready to go. We've got a whistle, and we are underway. Ball is in the air. Week 7 of the MHSAA football season. That ball dropped by Crippen as he tried to field it at the 20-yard line. He returns to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will begin. Yeah, this is a Bulldogs team that, despite being 0-6, you look at the 5 games they've actually played, 7, 16, 30, 0, 28. That's how many points they've scored in those games. Averaging about 16 points a contest, not usually what you would expect out of an 0-6 team. Quarterback keeper for Ethan Wetzel up the middle. He's going to get 3 yards. That'll bring up second down and 7, ball at about the 28-yard line. They're spotted up at the 29.
4 yards on the play.
If you're the Bulldogs, you want to get started just like this. A good series here on offense. Keep the clock moving. Keep the game in front of you. And try to hand it off in the middle. It's intercepted. Coming the other way. Picked up Zion Mathis is going to score. And that's exactly what you didn't want if you are Ionia. Ethan Wetzel trying to hand it off to Nolan Hart. There was a fumble on the exchange. Ball hit the ground. And Zion Mathis picked it up off the bounce and scoots into the end zone for the Sexton touchdown. Gene Mitty will attempt the extra point. Snap good, spot down, kick is up, and Mitty splits the uprights. Sexton 7, Ionia 0 on the second play from scrimmage.
Sexton 7.
A bobble on the exchange. Zion Mathis snags the bouncing ball out of the air and takes off for 20 yards and a touchdown to put the J-Dubs in front here in the first quarter. If you're the J-Dubs, that's exactly what you want to do from the word go. Establish yourself as the better team. You're trying to lock in a playoff spot. You cannot afford to give Ionia an opportunity. They've jumped in front early here, 7-0 off the defensive score. Mitty will get the ball, and the T will get this one back underway. 48 seconds have elapsed in this first quarter. Sexton leading 7-0. The run-up and the kick from Mitty. Picked up by Crippen at the 11. Crippen up the middle, and he's hauled down at the 22-yard line. A big hit. Devontae Lewis on the tackle. And the Bulldogs will try again, this time from their own 22-yard line. Ionia's a run-first team, but they run a bit more of a pro-style offense than you might expect. They do want to throw the football, but they try to use the run game to open up the pass. Ethan Wetzel hands off to Nolan Hart around the left side, up over the 25 to the 28-yard line. Gain of 6 on the run. Bring up 2nd down and 4.
Brought down by 52, Emmanuel Brown. Seven yards on the play.
Breaking the huddle, 2nd and 3. Right up the middle, Wetzel looking for the sticks. He's going to get real close. That ball might have come out. Sexton claiming they've got it. I think the referee's going to say that Wetzel hit the ground first. In fact, he did.
Down by 3, Zion Mathis.
But they're going to spot him just short of the line to gain. So a gain of 2.5 by Wetzel will bring up 3rd down and inches.
3rd down and very short.
10 minutes to go, first quarter. Sexton 7, Ionia nothing. Handoff, Hart, left side, bouncing off a tackle, but he's going to be swarmed and dropped. But it looks like they're going to give him forward progress for a yard and a 1st down.
Tackle made by 9 Deion Banks, along with 15.
And that's the kind of sequence that you need if you're Ionia. Consistently pick up some yardage on every snap. Put yourself in 2nd and 3rd and manageable. Handoff on the outside. He's going to be cut down in the backfield. Walton Sanborn hauled down behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Lewis again who got in there. Excuse me, that was Jamel Brown. Big loss on the play. They're going to spot him back at the 25-yard line. Call it a loss of 9 on the run by Sanborn.
Loss on the play.
2nd down and 19 coming up. Referee's going to blow the whistles. Something they don't like. And they're actually going to have Walton Sanborn exit. He was hobbling. And now he's going to hobble his way off the field. Referees, they want to protect these players, so they're going to require that they leave when they think that they're too hurt to continue. And Sanborn going to head over to the sideline. Vincent Crippen checks in as the running back. Wetzel in the shotgun, takes the snap, going to keep it himself on the run, lowers the shoulder up to the 31-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the run. When the Bulldogs move in a forward direction, it looks pretty okay. They're picking up 3, 4, 6 yards a pop. But it's been the negative plays that have really hurt them, and you can't have negative plays when you're a ground and pound, 3, 4 yards in a cloud of dust kind of offense. Putting yourself in 2nd down and 19. Going to make your life difficult. They're going to still line up in that tight formation. Crippen next to Wetzel in the gun. Wetzel, low snap, picks it up off the turf, immediately running for his life, and just throws it away. And they're diving on it like it's a loose ball, but it's an incomplete pass intended for Bryce Hops. So not much there for Ionia. It'll be 4th down. They'll bring out the punting unit. Wetzel will punt this one away. Back-to-back defensive stands for the J-Dubs. 1, a fumble return for a touchdown. This time, they will force out the punting unit. Josiah Stewart back deep to return. Willie Brown will be his protector. High snap to Wetzel. Gets foot into it. End-over-end kick angled to the sideline. It's going to hit at the 41-yard line and hop out of bounds at the 33-yard line. 36-yard punt from Ethan Wetzel.
33-yard line. Will be first and 10 for Sexton.
And the J-Dubs will take over at their own 33-yard line, leading 7-0 here in this first quarter. The Robert Dowding Group at Keller Williams Realty spends a lot of time working in different communities, but the message is always the same. The housing market is hot, it's complicated, and it's complex. So what can you do? Work with a real estate professional who is patient, understanding, and dedicated to working with you, not through you. That real estate agent is Mid-Michigan's own Robert Dowding at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or unsure of what to do next, the Robert Dowding Group will take the time to help you achieve your next step. Find them on Facebook at the Robert Dowding Group or call them at 517-853-6390. That's 517-853-6390. First offensive possession for the J-Dubs. They got two running backs in the backfield. Next to Abdul Carter Foreman in the shotgun. Carter Foreman takes the snap, handoff up the middle, and there's no room.
Mac
Brown on the carry, no gain on the play, stood up at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10 as we roll under 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Carter Foreman, Lansing State Journal's Performer of the Week last week. 17 of 29, 196 yards and 3 touchdowns for Sexton in that win over Lakewood. Sexton enters the final third of the season as the favorite in each of their final 3 games. Today, then they got Eaton Rapids, then they got Eastern. But you got to take care of business if you want to get to that 6-win mark that will pretty much guarantee you a spot in the playoffs. So right now, you're 30th in playoff points. So winning out should get you in. Carter Foreman takes the snap. Quick throw on a hitch route left side, caught up at the 45-yard line. And Stewart lunges to the 48-yard line, gain of 15 on the pitch and catch.
Tackle made by 2. Vincent Crippen.
J-Dubs will move the sticks. We're going to see Zion Mathis, who scored that defensive touchdown, probably in at quarterback for some sets and some series as well today. 2-quarterback system here in Sexton. Stewart and Brown in the backfield. Next to Carter Foreman, takes the snap. Rolling to his right, he's got a pitch option, going to keep it himself. Going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's a good play at the point of attack. Leading the way there, Coulter, Reed, Nolan Hart in there as well. Gain of 1. We'll bring up 2nd down and 9 as we approach the halfway point of the first quarter. Ionia running a 3-3-5 shell, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers. They're using Ethan Wetzel as kind of a big nickel. They'll bring him up kind of as a linebacker, safety, corner hybrid. They'll use him wherever. Deep ball down the left side. Wants Stewart. It's incomplete. Crippen had his hands up, but did not make enough contact to draw the flag. It'll bring up 3rd down and 9.
Crippen on the coverage for Ionia.
You like to see Carter Foreman go deep there. You like to see him try to take the top off the defense. He sees a matchup he likes, but Crippen step for step with Stewart that time and makes the defensive play 3rd and 9. 6:01 to go first quarter. Keith Morgan in the slot on the left side. 2 receivers on either side of the formation for Carter Foreman. In the shotgun, 4-man shell over the top for the Bulldogs. They're rushing 4. Carter Foreman over the middle. It's incomplete. The pressure got there. They hit him.
Foreman's pass intended for Willie Brown.
Was trying to get it to Willie Brown, and that'll bring up 4th down. Big stop for the Ionia defense.
Brings up 4th down and 9.
They will bring out the punt unit. Or will they now? It seems they are bringing out the punt unit. Let's see. Yes, they will. It'll be Jalen Maxwell out to punt. Gene Mitty ran out there for a second, but it's going to be Maxwell who punts this one away. Standing on his own 37. Snap to Maxwell. Low. Hits the ground over the 25, rolling inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line. 39-yard punt.
This will punt
No return.
falls in at the 12-yard line of Ionia. Will be first down, Bulldogs.
And it'll be Bulldogs football. They'll scrimmage from their own 12-yard line. 5:45 to go first quarter, trailing 7-0. So after giving up the defensive touchdown, Ionia looks a little bit more settled. They're able to move the ball a little bit. On their first drive, got a first down right up the gut, and falling through the gap to the 19-yard line is Wetzel, gain of 7.
Tackle made by 62, Josh Ilya. Second down and 4.
Bulldogs going to try to keep the ball in Wenzel's hands as much as possible. Spot him back at the 18-yard line, 2nd and 4. Handoff up the middle, tripped up in the hole, nowhere to go. Maybe got a yard. Couple of J-dubs in there to make the stop. Hart on the carry, picks up a yard. We'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Tackle by 52, Emmanuel Brown.
Under 5 to go first quarter, Sexton 7. Ionia 0. Bulldogs looking at 3rd and 4. Ball on the 19-yard line, line to gains of 23. Right up the gut. Wensley's got a lot of room. 30, 40. Being tracked down by a pair of defenders into Sexton territory to the 44-yard line. 37 yards for Ethan Wenzel, and the Bulldogs are in business.
Resulting in first down for Ionia.
Finally hauled down at the Sexton 42.
47-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Another heavy set for Wenzel. Takes the snap. Handoff up the middle this time over the 40. And throwing himself to the 36 is Walton Sanborn. Gain of 6 on the run. Bring up 2nd down and 4. Bulldogs a downhill running team. You lower the shoulders, you find the gap, you get down close to the ground, and you lunge forward. You get every inch that you can. Josiah Stewart down on the sideline being tended to by trainers. Looks to be in some discomfort. Being helped to his feet with his helmet off. 2nd down and 4, ball on the 36-yard line. Keeping it himself on the keeper is Hart this time, and like kind of a wildcat formation, runs up to the 30-yard line, gain of 6. And Sexton, so far, that front 7 has not had an answer.
Sanborn, the ball carrier.
At least not a consistent answer.
Tackle made by Deion Banks.
Ionia's run the ball on every snap, and aside from a fumble and one sideways play that lost 9 yards, every play's been positive. Handoff up the middle, over the 30 down to the 26-yard line goes Sanborn, gain of 4.
On the carry. Tackle made by 3.
But yeah, Wenzel's carries 4, 3, 6, 6, 39. Sanborn had that negative 9-yard run, but then 6 yards and 4 yards. Nolan Hart, 7, 1, 1, 6. Every play has been positive, except for 2 for this Ionia offense. And there's not a whole lot of subtlety to what they're doing either. They're just trying to run the ball literally between the guards, and it's working. 6 men on the line of scrimmage, 2 up the gut for Sexton, keeping it himself as Wenzel. Flag flies as he gets to the 21-yard line. That might be a face mask.
Tackle made by 15, Jamel Brown. Flag on the play.
Sexton, they are overloading the middle of that formation, and they're still not getting the push. Ionia still up the middle, consistently finding yardage. See what the call is. First penalty of the ball game. It's going to be a face mask on Sexton.
5-yard face mask against Sexton.
Going to be half the distance after the 6-yard run by Wenzel. So that'll put them at the 10-yard line. No, excuse me. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. I forgot. In high school, you still have different grades of face mask. 5-yard face mask. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 15. And a whistle and a flag as they try to hand the ball up to Nolan Hart. But it's going to be false start on Ionia. It'll set him back.
Against Ionia.
So after getting 5 yards, they give him right back. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs at the 19-yard line.
After the penalty, it's now 1st down and 15 from the 19-yard line.
2.5 to go first quarter. This is the drive that the Bulldogs wanted their first possession. Just run the ball, move the clock, keep that Sexton offense off the field. Handoff up the middle. Hart down to about the 15-yard line. Gets the 5 back or so. Bring up 2nd down and call it 11.
Tackle made by 58, James Brown.
Line to gain is the 4. 2 minutes to go in the quarter.
Second down and 11.
Another heavy set. Wenzel and Sanborn in the backfield. Wenzel going to run around the right side, lowers the shoulder down to the 10-yard line. Gain of about 5.
Brought down by Nolan Banks.
That's going to make it 3rd down and about 5. The big guys winning the battle in the middle for the Bulldogs on this drive. Up the middle again. Wenzel pushing down to the 6-yard line. Picks up 3 on the run. It'll bring up 4th down and 2. Ball is on the 6. Line to gain is the 4. Final minute of this first quarter as the Bulldogs try to drive and tie this football game. Shotgun, Wenzel running around the left side, lowers the shoulder. He's going to get real close. I think he got it. Ethan Wenzel moves the chains. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at the 3-yard line, and that should take us to the end of the first quarter. The Ionia Bulldogs, 0-6, showing a lot of fight in this first quarter. They've driven the ball right down the middle. Let's see how Sexton responds to getting punched in the mouth. They lead 7-0, but the Bulldogs are knocking on the door. We're going to the second quarter. You're watching the MHSAA Game of the Week live on OEM TV. Tanuki's Trading Post is Lansing's anime store, located at 1910 East Michigan Avenue in Lansing. Tanuki's Trading Post is the best place in Lansing to find Gundam models and build kits, anime figures and merchandise, manga, trading card games, and of course their collection of anime soundtracks on vinyl. Tanuki's is a friendly and inviting place where everyone is welcome. Events and build days are happening all the time, open from 12 to 9 every day but Wednesday. Tanuki's Trading Post at 1910 East Michigan in Lansing. Come for the anime, stay for the shenanigans. Teams will switch sides. The Bulldogs looking at 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, a drive that started all the way back on their own 12-yard line. At about the 6-minute mark of the first quarter, they ate up half the quarter and 85 yards. And now they're knocking on the doorstep trying to tie this football game as we get the second quarter underway. Once again, that heavy set.
1st and goal.
Hart next to Wenzel in the gun. He's got Sanborn on the right side. Handoff. Hart falls forward down to about the 2-yard line. Gain of a yard.
Hart, the ball carrier.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Tackle made by 55 Omar Knowles and 62 Josh Elliott. Ball is spotted at the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal.
Everyone up on the line for Sexton. Wenzel by himself in the shotgun, runs right side, gets real close to the sticks, gets a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 1.
Tackle made by 58.
The Bulldogs have not attempted a pass yet in this game, which is something we expected them to do. We expected them coming in to be a little more balanced offensively, but they have just wanted to run the football.
From the 1-yard line.
3 feet away from potentially a tying touchdown. Wenzel up the gut, right to the goal line. Is he in? It's going to be real close. Looks like they're going to mark him short. It's going to be 4th and inches. The nose of the football is basically touching the goal line.
4th down and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Big snap coming up here. Ionia trying to tie this football game. Sexton trying to shut the door. Wenzel in the gun. The snap, going to run it himself. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. 88 yards, 8 minutes. And the Bulldogs are an extra point away from tying this football game with 10:17 to go in the second quarter. What an impressive drive from the Bulldogs. That is some Big Ten country football. And it looks like the offense is on the field to try to go for 2 and take the lead. Wenzel and Sanborn in the backfield. Now they're going to motion everyone to the left side. The snap and a lot of movement. They're going to blow it dead. And Wenzel, running out to his right, got thrown to the ground well after the whistle by Corey Jackson. I think Jackson thought the play was live. It's going to be false start on Ionia.
False start against Ionia.
And that's going to back him up. So now you got the ball on the 8-yard line. Now what do you do? See if Ionia decides to open up the passing game a little bit here. Trying to go for 2 to take the lead. I think we can safely assume that kicking is just not part of their game. Sanborn and Hart in the backfield next to Wenzel. Wenzel takes the snap, hands off to Hart. Hart going to throw, and it's incomplete. Hart wanted Dane Falter on the trick play. Defender stayed with Falter. The throw is behind. It's incomplete.
Section 7, Ionia 6.
And the J-Dubs keep their lead by the thinnest of margins, 7-6. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. So Ionia's going to kick this football away. It's going to be Wenzel with the ball on the tee.
Wenzel the kick for Ionia.
Wenzel, short kick right up the middle, fielded by the upback at the 41-yard line, working his way towards the middle. I believe that's Jarice Kelso-McKinney on the return. Jarice, rather.
Jarice Kelso-McKinney on the return for J-Dubs.
Up to the 43-yard line, and that is where the J-Dubs will begin their second possession. Really, they scored a defensive touchdown the first time they touched the football. Their first time in possession of the football on offense, they only went 17 yards and were forced to punt. 7-6 early second quarter. Closer game than I think a lot of people expected, and this is the kind of thing that you don't want to see if you're the J-Dubs. You wanted to put this thing away early against a team that you feel like you should beat pretty handily. But they haven't done that so far. And now they're in this situation, only leading by 1. 3 receivers set. Carter Foreman rolls to his right, throws out there, got a man near midfield, lowering the shoulder up to the 45, losing a shoot out of the 42-yard line goes Mac Brown. Excuse me, that's Dion Banks. No, excuse me, that was Brown on the reception. There was Banks on the reception. Excuse me, Dion Banks on the reception. 8 and 9, both big fellas for this Sexton offense, neither of whom you want to bring down. But Banks on the reception that time, picking up 15 yards inside of 10 minutes to go second quarter. 3 receiver set. Brown is the back next to Carter Foreman. Takes the snap to give to Brown around the right side. And he's knocked down at the 37-yard line, gain of 5 on the run. Second down and 5 coming up, 9.5 to go. Sexton 7, Ionia 6 here in this second quarter. 9:20 to go. Second down and 5.
Second down and 5.
3 receivers set. Brown, Jamel Brown and Willie Brown, the receivers on the left side of the formation. Carter Foreman takes the snap, fakes, does give it off to Brown. Nowhere to go for Mac Brown. It'll bring up third down and 5.
Tackle made by 77, Landon Steppen.
Big down for both teams. I imagine this is 4 down territory for the Sexton offense. 3 receiver set. They got Josiah Stewart on the near side. 3 down linemen for Ionia. They're showing blitz. They send a 4th. Quick throw right side. Stewart caught at the 31-yard line and stiff-armed out of bounds after a gain of 8.
Foreman's pass is complete to 2, Josiah Stewart.
And it's a good play call there from Willie Dillard. Isolate the one-on-one matchup near the perimeter. Get Josiah Stewart in one-on-one. He's got that big body. He can position himself on that little 6-yard hitch route. Make himself a big target for Carter Foreman. Make it easy for your quarterback to pick up the first down. Another 3 receiver set. Carter Foreman takes the snap. Quick throw left side. Caught inside the 20. Escaping his man down to the 11-yard line. Willie Brown almost escaped everybody. Picking up 16, though. It'll make first and 10 at the 11-yard line.
But that is another takedown. First down.
Where Ionia is trying to win offensively between the tackles. Sexton, they think they can win the game on the outside, on the perimeter. These quick passes, getting their athletes out in space. They think they can outrun this Ionia team, and on this drive they're showing it. First and 10 at the 11. The snap, Carter Foreman. Quick throw right side. It's caught at the 9. Trying to get outside is Brown. Only picks up 4 on the play. If you're Ionia, you combat speed by staying at home and making your tackles. And that time they limit them to a gain of 4. Second down and 6 coming up. Ball on the 8-yard line. 7:20 to go in the first half. First half moving right along. Both teams keeping the ball in play. 3 receiver set. Carter Foreman in the shotgun. He's got Jasper Purdue next to him. Carter Foreman takes the snap, rolls to his left, looking there, throws, incomplete. The pressure got to him, and he overthrew Willie Brown, and that'll bring up third down. Ball on the 8-yard line, closer to the 7-yard line. Line to gain is inside the 2. $6:59 to go second quarter. J-Dubs 7, Bulldogs 6. Another 3 receiver set. Purdue's the running back. Brown and Brown on the left side. Stewart on the right. Looking for Stewart in the corner of the end zone. Got him. Touchdown. A little stop fade. Again, isolating that one-on-one against Vincent Crippen. That's a matchup they think they can win, and Josiah Stewart wins it there for the touchdown. $57 yards, and it's 13-6. Gene Mitty coming on to try to make it an 8-point ball game. Snap good, spot down, kick is up, and Mitty doesn't get it there. An uncharacteristic miss from Gene Mitty on the PAT keeps it a 7-point ball game.
Ionia 6.
Sexton 13, Ionia 6. You're watching the MHSAA Game of the Week on OpenEndedMedia.com. We are Open Ended Media, Michigan's full-service media company and official broadcast provider of the Capital Diamond Classic, Michigan State Women's Hockey, Red Cedar FC Major League Indoor Soccer, and Detroit Mechanics Ultimate Frisbee. If your team or event needs a broadcast, whether it's a multi-camera setup with graphics or a simple audio play-by-play call, Open Ended Media is here to help. Reach out, broadcasting at OpenEndedMedia.com. The lights are on in the press box as the sun sets. You can see the Lansing skyline in front of us on a gorgeous night just east of the city lines. Kick will be fielded at the 19-yard line on a run. Crippen on the outside up over the 30 to the 33-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs will begin. Sexton kicked off to start the game, so if you're Ionia, there's a sense of urgency on this possession. In a perfect world, you take this down the field, you run a lot of clock, you punch it into the end zone, and if you score the 2-point conversion, you walk into halftime with the lead on the road. But if you don't score, you put yourself in a position where Sexton will have their opportunity to try to add to the lead. Handoff up the middle, escaping a tackle up to the 38-yard line goes Walton Sanborn. Ionia has attempted one pass today, and it was on a 2-point conversion trick play. It fell incomplete. Outside of that, it's been everything pretty much between the tackles. They tried to go outside one time. They lost 9 yards. They have not tried it since.
2nd down and 5.
But if you can get 5 yards on first down, good things are going to happen. Ball on the 38-yard line as we approach the halfway point of the second quarter. Wenzel and Sanborn, handoff. Trying to work around the left side is Nolan Hart. Nothing there.
Hart the ball carrier.
It'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
No gain on the play. Tackle made by 58, James Brown.
Wenzel gets his marching orders from Chad Reinert on the sideline. Coming up on 5.5 to go second quarter. Sexton leading 13-6.
3rd down and 4.
Line to gain is the 43. Faking the give, working outside. Wenzel lowers the shoulder, got the first down and more. Midfield, breaks the tackle, still going. 40, 35. Going to get pushed inside at the 24-yard line. But a huge run from Wenzel. Picks up 37 yards. And the Bulldogs are back in business at the 23-yard line. Sexton have not been able to answer this ground and pound game from the Bulldogs. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. 5 minutes to go in the first half. As the sun sets here in Lansing. Wenzel and Sanborn, the handoff to Hart, and he's going to be swallowed up in the hole. That's a great play. James Brown in there on the tackle, gain of maybe a yard. Yeah, they're trying to get Nolan Hart involved by running him from kind of that wing tight end spot in the formation, try to bring him across the formation to the near side. But honestly, that play's taking so long to develop by comparison to these in-between the guards runs, these dive plays that have been so successful. Wenzel hands it off right up the middle, up over the 20, out of the 19-yard line. Goes Sanborn. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 yards. Once again, probably 4-down territory for Ionia. Under 4 to go second quarter. Sexton 13, Ionia 6.
Tackle made by 28, Corey Jackson Jr., along with 5, Jalen Maxwell.
Line to gain is the 14. Wenzel and Sanborn again. Faking the give. They're going to throw over the top, and it's incomplete. Looking for Nolan Hart down the seam. Tried to catch him on the play action. It does not work. Now it's 4th and 7. Ball on the 20-yard line. Let's see what Chad Reinhardt has in his bag of tricks. Lining up in that tight formation again. It's Sanborn next to Wenzel. Now they're going to motion everyone to the left side. Wenzel trying to get him to jump, and it did not work. Timeout called by Ionia. 3:30 to go in the first half. When we get to halftime, we're going to have a look ahead to tonight's local high school schedule, as well as a look back at this first half and this week in the MHSAA. John Ross will get you caught up on everything going on around the state. That's coming up in 3.5 minutes. Once we get to halftime, huge 4th down play coming up here at the 20-yard line. Ionia trying to get it to within 2 with the hard count. They tried the motion, tried the hard count. I think that's what they were trying to do on that 2-point conversion before they picked up the penalty. They motioned all 3 of those tight ends, and then a whole bunch of guys started moving. So they got called for a false start. Fourth down and 7, ball on the 20. Wenzel and Sanborn in the backfield. The snap. Wenzel fakes the pitch. Looking to throw. Doesn't have a lot of options. Running to his right. Trying to get away. He will not. Sacked back at the 26-yard line. A loss of 6 on the play.
Corey Jackson Jr. Results in a turnover on downs.
So the Bulldogs turn it over. A huge defensive stand for the J-Dubs. And now maybe an opportunity to add to their lead.
From their own 26-yard line.
Starting on their own 26. .322 to go first half. They've got all 3 of their timeouts. Three receiver set. Carter Foreman wants a deep ball. Wants Stewart. It is caught. Yes! At the 36-yard line. 38 yards to Josiah Stewart. Abdul Carter Foreman uncorks one. And he finds his man at the 37-yard line. Gain of 37. And the J-Dubs are in business. Willie Brown and Josiah Stewart came into tonight, both with 22 catches and 7 touchdowns. This is a dynamic J-Dubs offense. They got a lot of guys they feel like they can get the football to. Josiah Stewart extends the field and makes the big play. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. 3 receiver set, takes the snap. Carter Foreman rolling to his right. Picks up the block, throws. It's caught up at the 32-yard line and bumped out of bounds. That's Jamel Brown on the reception, gain of 5. Carter Foreman felt the heat. Took a little hit. But was able to find his man. 2nd down and 5 coming up, ball on the 32-yard line. They got out of bounds, which will stop the clock with 3:08 to go. Lots of time for this Sexton offense. Once again, 3 receivers. Purdue is the running back. Snap. The give to Purdue. Up the middle. He's got some room over the 30. Bounces off a tackler down to the 27-yard line. Gets real close to the sticks. They're going to mark him. It looks like a few inches short of the first down.
Tackle made by 77, Landon Steppen.
So we'll call it a gain of 4.5, and that'll bring up third down in inches. And no, excuse me, they are going to move the chains. So a gain of 5 for Purdue on the run.
Zola plays another takedown. First down.
3 receivers set for Carter Foreman. Takes the snap. The give to Purdue, looking for somewhere to go. Going to get hit and dropped at the 25-yard line. Gain of 2 on the run. Second down and 8. Clock moving, 2:20 to go in the first half, but Sexton not in a hurry. They've got all 3 timeouts. The whole playbook is open to you. The J-Dubs try to take some control in this game here, leading by 7, trying to go into the halftime locker room up 2 scores and receiving the second half kickoff. 3 receivers set for Carter Foreman. Takes the snap, fakes the give, steps up, deep ball, left side, that one-on-one, it's incomplete. Was trying to find a Willie Brown and sink coverage on Vincent Crippen, but he throws it over his head and out of play. It'll bring up third down and 8.
Brings up third down and 8.
Ball on the 25-yard line, 1:56 to go in the second quarter. Four receivers set. They got Brown and Stewart on one side. They got Zion Mathis and Jamel Brown on the near side. Carter Foreman takes a snap. Quick throw, right side. Caught at the 20 by Mathis. Mathis lowers the shoulder. They're going to bring him down at the 19-yard line. Just short of the line to gain. His first catch of the game, Mathis.
Tackled by 24, Nathan Stokes.
That's going to bring up 4th down and 2.
Brings up 4th down and 2.
1:30 left in the first half. Clock continues to move. 4 receivers set again. You wonder if Ionia's going to get up and press coverage maybe here, but looks like the nickel and dime corners are playing off still a little bit. They're going to try to get him to jump, and they do. The hard count works. Ionia was unsuccessful when they attempted a hard count on 4th down, but Sexton, they get the job done. They're going to move the sticks.
Offside against Ionia.
They have not deployed the hard count yet today, and they got him to jump with it that time with 1:18 to go in this first half. A fresh set of downs for the J-Dubs. And it looks like someone called a timeout. Ionia did. Chad Ryland trying to get his crew settled. Ball on the 14-yard line with 1:18 to go here in the second quarter. We've always said that sportsmanship is the golden rule in action, but why should it stop when the game is over? Now more than ever, we need to respect each other and treat each other with common decency, not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives. In sports and in life, nothing beats good sportsmanship. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Grateful that you're joining us on this Friday night. First kickoff in the area tonight. This Sexton-Ionia game, and I think a lot of people thought this wasn't going to be as close as it's been, but Ionia hanging tough. The offense has been effective, but the defense now on its heels here with 1:18 to go in the second quarter. As Carter Foreman and the J-Dubs try to punch in another one before the break. Carter Foreman throws over the middle. It is incomplete. Was looking for Willie Brown to hit him on the hands. Bryce Shattuck there in coverage.
Foreman's pass intended for 0. Willie Brown is incomplete.
It hit him on the hands, but Shattuck was right there.
Second down and 10.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10, ball on the 14-yard line. This drive started with 3.5 minutes left in the quarter, back at the 26-yard line on their own side of the field. Dubs trying to go up 2 scores. 4 receivers set for Carter Foreman, takes the snap. Rush comes, stepping up, gonna get hit, gonna go down, flags fly. Back at the 20-yard line. back in the area of holding. I didn't see anything that looked like a face mask. I think this is probably going to be on Sexton.
However, there's a flag on the play.
And Ionia already indicating they want to decline it.
Holding against Sexton. The penalty has been declined.
Loss of 5 on the sack. And the rain is starting to fall here in Lansing. Just a little bit of rain. A little pocket that's already moving through. We only had a 15% chance of rain tonight, but here we are. 4 receivers set. Carter Foreman takes the snap. They're rushing 6. Carter Foreman stepping up, finds the space. He's going to take off with it inside the 15, slipping inside the 10, 5, touchdown! Abdul Carter Foreman, but there's a flag down back at the 20. Hold everything. Abdul Carter Foreman saw his lane, took off and scored, but the penalty marker might bring it back, and the rain's already stopped. Block in the back on the offense.
Illegal block in the back against Sexton.
And that's going to bring it back. They're going to back it up to the 28-yard line, so it'll be, call it an 8-yard penalty. It's a spot foul, much like holding. And a timeout called by the J-Dubs there first with 38 seconds to go. And that's going to bring up another third down for them. This time, 3rd and 24. Located in downtown Mason, Keen's Store Company is the store with just a little bit of everything. From fine clothing and quirky candies, Keen's is meant to feel comfortable, friendly, and down home. Open 7 days a week, Keen's is a perfect getaway when needing a little bit of me-time retail therapy. And with great customer service and an unparalleled attention to detail, Keen's is where you need to be when you want to be you again. 38 seconds to go in the first half. Third down, and 24. Ball on the 28-yard line for the Sexton offense, leading 13-6. Trying to add to it before the break. It's been a fun first half here in Lansing. A lot to see, a lot to discuss. We'll see what the J-Dubs can do here. 4 receivers. They're lining up trips on the right side. Ionia rushing 4. Carter Foreman throwing left side. Wants Stewart inside the 5, and he's got him down inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. A gain of 26. 1st and goal, J-Dubs. 5 catches on the day for Josiah Stewart for 94 yards and a touchdown. And with 30 seconds to go in the half, the J-Dubs are knocking on the door. They convert 3rd and 24. It's 1st and goal at the 3.
1st and goal, J-Dubs from the 3-yard line.
3 receivers set for Carter Foreman. They're lining up trips to the right. Vincent Crippen in single coverage on the outside against Jamel Brown. Carter Foreman takes the snap. Rush comes. Rolling to his left, under pressure. Throws, end zone, incomplete. Heavy, heavy pressure led by Walton Sanborn. Was trying to find Willie Brown. That is the 7th time he's targeted Brown. They've only hooked up twice for 20 yards. 2nd out and goal, ball on the 3-yard line. 24 seconds to go in the half. Clock really shouldn't be a factor for Sexton down here. 4 receiver set, trip set to the right. A lot of guys in the box for Ionia. They bring the heat again. Back corner of the end zone. It is caught. High pointing it for the touchdown. Willie Brown. Willie Brown in single coverage on Bryce Shattuck. Carter Foreman throws it up in the air. Brown goes up and gets it. It's 19-6. Extra point upcoming for Gene Mitty. 1 for 2 so far. Snap good. Spot down. Kick is up. And that one looks a lot more like Gene Mitty. J-Dubs 20. Bulldogs 6. As halftime beckons. 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Ionia put a scare into Sexton for a minute there. Driving down 13-6, but a big fourth down stop from Sexton, a 3rd and 24 conversion to Josiah Stewart, and then Willie Brown into the end zone has made it a 2-score game with 18 ticks left in quarter number 2. We're going to have an extended halftime with the senior night festivities here at Sexton. Mitty with the run-up and the kick. Driven. Fielded by Garrett Groby. And he's going to be brought down at the 34, 35-yard line.
Tackle made by 25.
So Ionia with one timeout in 12 seconds. Let's see what they try to do. I can't imagine they're going to try to uncork something and throw the ball over the top. Probably just try to break a big run and see what happens if they even bother. Looks like they're in a kneel-down formation. They're just going to take this one to halftime. That is how they're lined up. And that is what they will do.
And Hart takes a knee.
An entertaining first half, to say the least. The Sexton J-Dubs leading 20-6 at the break. We will take a break ourselves. Time for This Week in High School Football, presented by the MHSAA. We'll let John Ross take it away. And then we'll come back looking at this first half that was. And then we'll talk about the upcoming slate for Week 7 in MHSAA Lansing area football. Don't go away. Halftime coming up next on OEM TV.
Summits start next month, and the very first championships of 2025 are won on the tennis courts. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Postseason play in field hockey and boys soccer gets started this week. In Upper Peninsula girls tennis, we already have our first champions of the school year. In Division I, Negaunee rolled to a 4th straight UP title and their 10th in the last 12 years. The Miners advanced to the championship match in all 8 flights, winning at number 2 singles and numbers 1 and 2 doubles. Ithaca Westwood finished just 1 point behind in second, getting wins at numbers 3 and 4 singles and 3 and 4 doubles. Kingsford's Aubrey Moore captured the title at number 1 singles. In Division II, West Iron County won its 14th championship and first since 2020. West Iron got wins in 5 of the 8 flights, 1 and 3 singles and 1, 2, and 4 doubles. Norway and Ishpeming finished in a tie for second. Norway got wins at numbers 2 and 4 singles and number 3 doubles. Ishpeming had a runner-up in 6 flights. For more on the Upper Peninsula Girls Tennis Finals, please check out our coverage at MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. We love game-winning field goals, and Saginaw Valley Lutheran's Ryan Pittman delivered. He nailed a 22-yarder with 4 seconds left to give Valley Lutheran their first ever win over Ithaca. The win clinches a share of the Tri-Valley Blue for Val Lutheran. The loss is Ithaca's first league loss since 2020. Escanaba football is off to a 6-0 start. Nolan Fink rushed for 175 yards and 3 scores, and he threw for 141 yards and 2 more scores in a 38-20 win over Marquette. It's Escanaba's first win over Marquette since 2019. And to DeWitt Soccer's Mason Rayborn, he netted 2 goals and a 3-1 win over Mason. That game was the CAAC Gold Cup final. The 2 goals are Rayborn's second and third career goal for DeWitt.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skill certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Award for 3 years. After graduation, the college plans to go to Lansing City College for a year.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winning.
We're on the football field today, and the team sacks the quarterback in the offense's own end zone, resulting in a safety. That's 2 points for the defense, but what happens next? Following a safety, the team that was on offense must kick the ball back to the team that was on defense. The kicking team can either punt it or drop kick it, with the line of scrimmage being their own 20-yard line. The kick must occur from within 1 step of the line of scrimmage, and the receiving team must have all of their players at least 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Once it's kicked, play continues on as normal, much like a punt or kick return. But if a team chooses the drop kick, they could recover the ball once it travels at least 10 yards.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Sportsmanship is one of the most important aspects of educational athletics, and along with scholarship, safety, and an appropriate scope, it is one of the MHSAA's 4 main core values for school sports. Winning is great, but good sportsmanship helps develop habits that can be used well beyond the playing field. For more than 20 years, the MHSAA has provided a sportsmanship summit experience to students across Michigan. Workshop sessions focus on sportsmanship both on and off the court and feature hands-on activities, including one session developed and instructed by members of the MHSAA Student Advisory Council. At the end of each summit, the delegation from each participating school will meet to develop a school sportsmanship campaign. The summits will be held on November 3rd in Lansing, November 5th in Troy, November 10th in Traverse City, and November 12th in Kalamazoo. Each site is limited to 200 attendees, so be sure to register now to reserve your space. Registration materials and other information can be found at MHSAA.com. As Grantland Rice once wrote, it's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game. And it's our hope that everyone plays with sportsmanship on their mind. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross. We'll be back next week.
After graduating, Gene plans on attending college, especially Western Michigan University, to study mechanical engineering.
Thank you, John. We're going to turn it over to the field for senior night festivities here at Sexton. You're watching our MHSAA Game of the Week on OEM TV.
We would like to thank Coach Bardell, Coach Willie, Coach Howard, Coach Taper, Coach Boyer, Coach Trey, Alan Brown, and all his brothers and teammates. Ladies and gentlemen, number 14, Gene Mitty. Dominic Shafee. Dominic is escorted by Lisa Bradley, Mariah Chafee, Anisha Smith, and Olivia Turner. Dominic is proud of making it to the playoffs last year. He has passed all of his Fire Academy classes that earned him his certificate to apply to become a firefighter, ultimately joining the Lansing Fire Department after graduation. He would like to thank his mom, his sister, his aunt, his girlfriend, and Coach Willie. Ladies and gentlemen, number 18, Dominic Chafee. Numbers 20 and 21, John Reese, Kelso McKinney, and Kyrie Kelso McKinney. They are escorted by their mother, Lucretia McKinney, brothers Jemima Jackson, and Carmelo McKinney. John Reese is a year-round student athlete participating for 4 years on wrestling, 3 years on varsity baseball, and 4 years of football. John Reese has been ranked #1 in his class for the entire high school career, leading with a 4.16 GPA. He is the vice president of the National Honor Society and currently running for a position in student government. After graduation, John Reese plans on attending college for electrical engineering at the University of Michigan or North Carolina A&T. John Reese would like to thank Coach Willie and Coach Trey for always giving him a chance and having faith in him. He would also like to thank Coach Howard and Coach Tucker for always pushing him to do better. Also thanks to Ms. Lovett, Mr. Moulton, Mr. Kelly, Mrs. Howard, Mr. Soleil for guiding him to success. And he is most thankful for his mom for shaping him to be the man he is today, for his dad for always doing his best for him and his siblings, for being there for him every step of the way. Ty Reese is also on the 2023 District Championship Wrestling team, where he wrestled varsity for all 4 years in high school. He has also played football for 4 years and baseball for 3 years. Ty Reese has maintained all A's and B's throughout his high school career. It is in class of 2026 salutatorian with a 4.12 GPA. He has been a part of the National Honor Society, holding the position of secretary and is currently running for secretary for section student government. He plans on attending the University of Michigan for architecture and engineering while getting his real estate license. He would like to thank his coaches because without them, he wouldn't have returned from playing sports. Also, his teachers for pushing him to be his best, his brothers for always being there for him, and especially his mom for everything she has done 10 times and giving him her 100% every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, the twins, number 20 and 21, John Reese and Colton Wesley. Jasper Purdue. Jasper is escorted by Ron Tanika Turner, Tracy Ware, his auntie Tracy Johnson, Courtney Rogers, his girlfriend Rieja P, and his brother Freddie Purdue. This is Jasper's second year on varsity football. He plans on going to college to play football. He would like to thank all of his coaches and his big brothers Shane, Trey, JK, his family, and his mom. Ladies and gentlemen, number 23, Jasper Purdue. Robert Lewis. Robert is escorted by Robert Lewis, Damari Woodard, Ashley Woodard, and Adriana Sherman. Throughout his high school career, Robert has participated in basketball, football, wrestling, and track. After graduation, Robert plans to attend Lansing Community College for 2 years, then transfer to Michigan State University. He would like to thank God first and his coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, number 25, Robert Lewis. Omar Jones. Omar is escorted by his grandmother, Orianda Powers, and family. Omar is a 2-year varsity football starter. He plans on attending a trade school after graduation. Omar would like to thank the following people for all they have done for him during his years at Sexton. His grandmother, immediate family, Coach Willie Dillard, Coach Shane Shannon, Coach Trey Ashley, Mario Harris, John L. Davis, Demetria Young, and Mrs. Howard. Ladies and gentlemen, number 55, Omar Knowles. Michaelis Jones. Michaelis is escorted by his mom, Sherry Giles, and dad, Maurice Jones. Michaelis is a 3-year varsity football player. He plans to doing a trade in construction after graduation. Michaelis would like to thank his brothers and sisters, all of his coaches, especially Coach Shane. Ladies and gentlemen, number 56, Michaelis Jones. James Brown. James is escorted by his mother, Rosie Vine, his sister, Victoria, brother Andrew, and his best friend, Zarea. James has been a 2-year starter for football. He plans on attending Christian Community College and then transferring to Davenport University. He would like to thank Coach Shane Shannon, his family, the entire section coaching staff, Michael Butler, and God. Ladies and gentlemen, number 58, James Brown. Matthew Spiker. Matthews is supported by Sidney Wilson, Christian Pontius, and Eric Jackson. This is Matthew's first year playing varsity football. He has also participated in Project Unify and Special Olympics for 3 years. After graduation, Matthew would like to get a job and continue his education. Matthew would like to thank Mrs. W, Ms. P, and Mr. Jackson for helping him through some tough times the past 2 years. They have always helped him with anything he needs. He also would like to thank Coach Dillard and the rest of the coaching staff for giving him the opportunity to play football this year. Ladies and gentlemen, number 71, Matthew Spiker. Joel Bombi. Joel is supported by his cousin Michael Bombi. He would like to thank all his coaches for helping and guiding the team. Ladies and gentlemen, number 72, Joel Bombi. Jason Smith. Jason is escorted by Ethan Smith, Shaquilla Tate, Markeisha Smith, his brother Keyshawn Tate, and his sister Jemiah Brent. One of his athletic highlights is winning a district title in wrestling in 2023 and winning the Battle of Michigan Avenue against Waverly. Jason is a 3-year honor roll student and has played football, baseball, and wrestling throughout his entire high school career. Jason plans on attending Michigan State University to dual major in arts and business. He would like to thank Coach Willie, Coach Trey, Coach Pops, and his family for all their support. Ladies and gentlemen, number 77, Jason Smith. Maxwell Carter. Maxwell is escorted by Maria Harrell. In 2024, he was named Protector of the Year. Maxwell is a 2-time honor student. He plans on attending Northern Michigan University for veterinary school. He would like to thank Coach Fox and Coach Shane for everything they have done for him. Ladies and gentlemen, number 79, Maxwell Carter. In 97, Aiden Vane. Aiden is escorted by Ashley Lee, Sam Artist, Shana Lee, and Kay Young. Aiden wants to be an entrepreneur in the clothing business after graduation. He would like to thank all of his coaches for all they have done for him. Ladies and gentlemen, number 97, Aiden Vane.
All right, now we are going to announce our class of 2016 cheerleaders. First, we have Zanaya King Duluth. Zanaya is escorted by her mother, Patricia King, her stepdad, Ricardo Castro, her best friend, Xana, her aunt, Ashley Castro, and her kids. Zanaya is a bass, and she learned how to support and stabilize her flyer and cheer. She has maintained A's and B's throughout the year. She is in student government and was also in youth and government. For graduation, Zanaya plans to attend Michigan State University for veterinary medicine. Zanaya would like to thank everyone in her life that helped her get through all the tough times during her time at State. Her family for all the support supporting her and showing up when she needed them the most. And finally, her mom for everything she has done. She is incredibly grateful for her endless love and unwavering belief in her. She would not be where she is today if it were not for her mother and the sacrifices she made. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Zanaya King DeLuis. Next, we have Jayla Rice. Jayla is escorted by her mother, China Harris, grandparents, Paula Harris, and Timothy Taylor, and her family. Her athletic achievements are consistently improving jump height, motion sharpness, and timing achievement. She has improved her GPA over multiple semesters through strong time management. Her graduation plans are to attend college and continue cheering at the collegiate level. She would also like to major in criminal justice. She would like to thank her mom and both of her cheer coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayla Rice. Now we have Jordan Smith. Jordan is escorted by her mom, Teresa Smith, her dad, Freddie Smith, brothers, and sisters. She is a fly cheer and she ran a 400. She is an A grade student with 1B and participates in student government. Her graduation plans are to graduate high school and then start her career in being a dental hygienist. She would like to say thank you to her two sisters who have given her a great senior year, her parents and family for supporting her in everything. She also wants to give appreciation to two special staff in the school who have treated her like real family throughout this year, which are Miss Howard and Mr. Palmer. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Smith. Last but most certainly not least, we have Liaison Dawson. Liaison is escorted by her mom, Charlie Wilson, dad, Lawrence Dawson Sr., little brother, Lawrence Dawson Jr., boyfriend, Kevon Jr., sister, Natana Pentecost, grandparents, and other godparents and other family. She has made varsity team her sophomore year and became cheer captain. She is dance captain on both teams. She is in National Honor Society. She is the president. She finished her MSU Broad program. She is a part of MSU Upward Bound, 4.0 grade average all through high school, is all student, and a full-time entrepreneur. She bakes, does balloon decorating, cosmetics, and graphic design. Go book her, guys. Her graduation plans are to attend North Carolina A&T for 4 years to get her MBA, then transfer to get her BBA. She wants to say thank you to her mom, the most, for always being there whenever she needed, and her brother, like cousins, also 5 of her teachers, Miss Lovett, Mr. Palmer, Miss Howard, Mr. Moulton, and Mr. Kelly. She wants to thank you for the guidance over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, Liaison Dawson.
Now we'll turn it over to the Sexton Band. It's halftime here, but the third quarter is coming up soon. Sexton 20, Ionia 6 on OEM TV. Hey, all, we are just moments away from the start of the third quarter here at Majeski Stadium, Sexton High School, the site. J-Dubs leading 20-6 at home over the Ionia Bulldogs. Ionia, 140 yards of offense in that first half. Most of them, Ethan Wenzel, 107 yards for the quarterback on 15 carries. Walton Sanborn picked up 10 yards on 5 carries. Nolan Hart, 21 yards on 8 carries for the J-Dubs. Their offense, after that first drive where they didn't really go anywhere, it's been pretty efficient, 154 offensive yards. Willie Brown, 3 catches, 23 yards and a touchdown. Josiah Stewart has been the man of the hour for this offense, 93 yards and a touchdown on 5 receptions. Abdul Carter-Foreman has slung the rock pretty effectively, getting the ball to both of those guys. They haven't run the ball that well, though. Jasper Purdue leading the team in rushing yards with 7 on a pair of carries. We've got a couple of scores from the rest of tonight's slate. The big one, DeWitt Grand Ledge. DeWitt leading the Comets 7-0 late in the first quarter. Mason leading Fowlerville 14-0 in the first quarter as well. Hazlitt over St. John's 7-0. Fowler leading Pewamo Westphalia 6-0 late in the first quarter. Yeah, let's get this second half underway. Ionia's going to kick off. The sun has fully set here in Lansing. It's a beautiful night for football. Temperatures in the upper 50s. A little bit of a breeze. We had a splash of rain for a brief moment in the second quarter, but that has moved out of the area. The Capitol is lit up in front of us. And the ball's on the tee for Ethan Wenzel. He's going to squib it. It'll be fielded at the 48-yard line. That's Jose Valles, who covers it up at the 48-yard line for the J-Dubs. Kind of a onside kick adjacent play from the Bulldogs there to get this second half underway. You're hoping that it takes that bounce. You need the bounce off of the up-back who isn't ready for it.
48-yard line will be first and 10.
But Valles did his job, and the J-Dubs will take over at their own 48-yard line, leading 20-6, trying to put their stamp on this one early in the second half. Ionia's been hanging around. Man in motion is Josiah Stewart. They're going to hand it to him on the jet sweep. He's going to circle all the way back around the other way. They're going to catch him back at the 37-yard line, a loss of 11. Second down and 21. Stewart kept getting away, kept backpedaling, kept running backwards. The Bulldogs able to swarm and bring him down. It'll bring up second down and 21. Line to gain the Ionia 42. They'll scrimmage from their own 37.
Second down, 22.
3 receivers set for Carter Foreman in the shotgun. They rush 4. Quick throw right side. It's over the head of Keith Morgan on the outside.
Foreman's pass intended for 12. Keith Morgan is incomplete.
Oh, we got third down and long.
Brings up third down.
So the Sexton offense in an early hole as we get this third quarter underway. Four receivers set for the J-Dubs. They converted third and 24 down at the end of the first half. On their way to scoring that touchdown, they rush 5. Carter Foreman deep down the middle, incomplete. Was intended for Willie Brown.
Intended for Willie Brown is incomplete.
That'll bring up fourth down, and the punting unit will come onto the field. Big stop from the Bulldogs. They needed that. If they want to keep themselves in this football game, you needed a stop, and now you need to score here. Trim this lead to 1 score. I believe they got Maxwell on to punt this one away again. First punt went for 39 yards. Was down at the 12-yard line. See if he can do it again. Puts his foot into it. A laser going to be fair caught at the 25-yard line. So a 38-yard punt, no return for Maxwell. He'll take that. Fair catch made by, I believe, Aiden Stokes.
By 24, Aiden Stokes.
And the Bulldogs will take over at their own 25-yard line. Today's game is presented by the Robert Dowding Group at Keller Williams Realty. They spend a lot of time working in different communities, but the message is always the same. The housing market is hot, it's complicated, and it's complex. So what can you do? Work with a real estate professional who is patient, understanding, and dedicated to working with you, not through you. That real estate agent, Mid-Michigan's own Robert Dowding at Keller Williams Realty. If you're buying, selling, or unsure of what to do next, the Robert Dowding Group will take the time to help you achieve your next step. Find them on Facebook at the Robert Dowding Group, or call them at 517-853-6390. That's 517-853-6390. Heavy set once again. Run right side. Wenzel going to get knocked down at the 35-yard line. Gain of 2. That offensive line for the Ionia Bulldogs, from left to right, Jason Schmid, Evan Jones, Roel Lopez, Landon Steffen, and Drake Wittenbach. They have done a great job pushing back the Sexton defensive front, creating some space, allowing Wenzel to break off a couple of big runs, but more importantly, allowing the offense to consistently pick up 3, 4, 5 yards a pop on most of these runs. Wenzel out of the gun, the handoff up the middle, and slipping and falling in the backfield is Sanborn. He's going to lose 2. Unfortunate for Sanborn. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. Ball on the 28-yard line to gain the 37. And now you're thinking, you got to be, if you're Chad Reinhardt, if you get close on this play, if you get it to 4th and 2, 4th and 3, this might be 4-down territory. You're probably running this football. And maybe planning on just leaving the offense out there. We'll see. And it's out of the hands. It's on the ground back at the 26-yard line, and the point is moot. They're going to punt this football away. Nolan Hart jumping on it. Loss of 2 on the fumbled exchange. That's how the J-Dubs got on the board. On the second play of the game was a fumbled exchange that was scooped up by Zion Mathis and returned for 6 right around this same part of the field. And the Bulldogs open the second half similarly to the way they did the first. This time they fall on it. They'll be able to punt it away. Wenzel, his second punt of the day. High kick, rotating, and it'll fly out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. 27-yard punt, no return. And the J-Dubs will start at their own 47 with 9:10 to go in the third quarter. Tanuki's Trading Post is Lansing's anime store, located at 1910 East Michigan Avenue in Lansing. Tanuki's Trading Post is the best place in Lansing to find Gundam models and build kits, anime figures and merchandise, manga, trading card games, and of course, their collection of anime soundtracks on vinyl. It's a friendly and inviting place where everyone is welcome. Tanuki's Trading Post. Come for the anime, stay for the shenanigans. 3 receivers set, rolling to his right. Carter Foreman eludes one man, eludes another, coming back the other way, trying to shake a third, but he can't. And finally, the Bulldogs drag him down back at the 44-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play. Carter Foreman almost got away with it, but the Bulldogs continued to swarm the football. I think Coulter Reed was the first one to actually get hands on him. That'll bring up 2nd down and 13, 8:40 and counting here in this third quarter.
2nd down, 13.
One receiver on either side of the formation. Jasper Purdue is the running back. Snap at the 43, the give to Purdue. Big hole up the middle, over midfield, down to the 45 on the Ionia side of the field. That's a gain of 11. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2. Biggest run of the day for the J-Dubs. Bulldogs were sitting on the pass in a long down and distance, and they got him on the draw play. And that'll make it 3rd and short. It's a great play call there from Willie Dillard. Now your playbook's much more open here on 3rd down and 2. One receiver on either side. Carter Foreman in the gun. 6 in the box. Handoff. Purdue outside. First down and more. Up over the 40. Breaks it over the 30. Down over the 20. Breaks inside the 10. Down to the 5. Touchdown! Ethan Wenzel tried to go for the football. Wenzel trying to point at the sideline and say that Purdue stepped out of bounds. Purdue tiptoes down the line for 45 yards and a big score for the J-Dubs. (26-6). And Sexton's finally broken it open. Extra point upcoming for Gene Mitty. Snap good, spot down, kick is up, and he pings it off the upright. The doink, no good.
7:33 remaining in the third quarter. Sexton 26. Ionia 6.
$7:33 to go, third quarter. 20-6 is the score. Keep up with everything MHSAA on social media. Find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, video highlights, and high school sports news from around the state. It's the best way to connect with the MHSAA every single day. Ball on the tee for Gene Mitty. Sexton 26, Ionia 6. Mitty puts his foot into it. Fielded at the 11. Up over the 25. Trying to cut it outside is Crippen. He gets over the 30 and now to the 33-yard line. That's where he'll be brought to the turf. The Bulldogs will start there. And the way that the Bulldogs work their offense, they are running out of time here. We only have 7:25 to go in the third quarter. That's one of the challenges of being a run-first offense. You're going to have to open it up a little bit here probably in the second half. Find a way to get a big play through the air. Because you need 3 scores, and you need a couple of stops in there as well. Wenzel in the gun, got Sanborn to his right, takes the snap, handoff. Sanborn up the gut over the 35, down to the 39, pushing the pile over the 40-yard line to the 41, gain of 8 on the run. Second out and 2 coming up. Ionia's offense has looked good on about 80% of their snaps, but the 20% that have not gone right, when you are a ground and pound, 4 yards in a cloud of dust offense, you lose 9 yards, you go backwards on a fumbled snap, you put yourself in long down and distances, it's really hard to recover. Second down and 2. Handoff up the middle. Hart first down to the 45-yard line. Gain of 4 on the run. And that's the challenge of this kind of offense, is every play has to be successful. As soon as one play goes backwards or you get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, you're looking at 2nd and 10, it gets a lot harder. Because you need to go from 3 or 4 yards a carry to 5 or 6 to get first downs at that point.
Ball 45-yard line.
Ionia doing everything they can. But the missed plays have been a problem, and there's another one. They try to run a pitch option between Wenzel and Hart. Fakes the give up the middle, trying to go outside, but they do not have the speed for that. And Sexton loves it when Ionia tries to run outside the tackles, because that's where they're strong, is those linebackers and corners that can come down and make those plays. It's a loss of 5, and now the Bulldogs behind the sticks again as we pass the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. That's the stuff that makes your life much more difficult as an offense. You're already somewhat limited by your own playbook. They're going to pitch it, and there's no room. Nolan Hart is going to get slung to the ground back at the 34-yard line. Again, trying to get outside, trying to be creative, trying to break a big play. But Sexton, that just plays right into what they're good at.
Tackle made by 28 Corey Jackson Jr. and 56.
Third down and 21 coming up.
Lost on the play. Third down and 20.
Ball on the 35-yard line. Line to gain the Sexton 45. Under 5 minutes to go in the third, and they're going to throw it. Wenzel rips that one towards Bryce Hops. It hits off his hands, incomplete. And now it's fourth down.
Brings up fourth down.
Punt team's going to come on. Sexton going to play 3 men deep just to be absolutely safe. Wenzel will punt this one away, puts his foot into an angle toward the sideline, fielded at the 34-yard line, 31-yard punt. Here comes Josiah Stewart the other way. Stewart gets tackled at the 42-yard line, but a flag is thrown way back where Wenzel was standing. So we'll see what that's all about. As things stand, they're going to start at their own 42-yard line, flag back at the 40-yard line on the Ionia side of the field. They've not indicated that Ionia is going to keep this football. Might be holding. It's going to be a personal foul on Sexton, but it's going to be after the punt. So not a roughing the punter kind of situation where the Bulldogs would keep the football. It was on the return, but all the way up near the original line of scrimmage. A 15-yard penalty is going to set them back. It will still be 1st and 10, but it'll put the ball back on the 25-yard line. That is where Sexton will begin this drive with 4:35 to go in the third quarter.
After the penalty, ball is shot at the 25-yard line.
Carter Foreman in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Handoff. Running left side. Good cut back over the 30 down to the 34-yard line. I believe that's Purdue on the carry. It is. That's a nice run. A gain of 9. Jasper Purdue, they didn't give him the football a whole lot in the first half, but here in the second half, he's had 3 carries. He's gone 65 yards and a touchdown on those 3 touches. He adds a dynamic element to their ground game. We already know they have all these pass catchers, all these guys that can run all over the field and do so much down the field. But you get Jasper Purdue the football. If you get him running off tackle, he can get downhill, and he can hurt you on the ground. Under 4 to go, third quarter. Man in motion is Stewart. Excuse me, it's Brown, rather. They're going to give it to Brown. Brown around the outside over the 40, lowers the shoulder and thumps him at the 42-yard line. Gain of 8, but flags flew from 2 different officials at 2 different times. So we'll see what all this is about. Nolan Hart took a big shot on that play. He's up and in the huddle, but definitely just trying to shake it off. And they're going to get Walton Sanborn out there, I think, probably to replace him. As the referees figure out what all these flags are about. .340 to go, third quarter. Sexton trying to put this thing away. It's a dead ball unsportsmanlike conduct on Sexton, as well as an illegal formation on Sexton. So a procedure penalty. They didn't blow it dead, so it's not false start. False start immediately blows the play dead. So an illegal procedure of some kind, probably illegal formation on Sexton. In addition, after the play was over, there was a personal foul. They might assess both of these. We'll see exactly how far they move them back. But these both might get assessed, or maybe not. Nope, it's going to be half the distance to the goal, I believe, is how they're going to do that. They've only paced them off 11 yards, which is an odd number of yards to pace them off. Or excuse me, it would have been it was 2nd and 2 back at the 34-yard line. Now let's see where they're going to put this football. Okay, so it's going to be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. So they're not going to assess the illegal formation. They're only going to assess the personal foul, which differs. If that is how they're assessing it, that differs from how that would be assessed at other levels of football where both of those penalties could be assessed because one happened after the play. But in any case, so the original spot was the 34-yard line. They put the ball back on the 19-yard line. So it's going to be 2nd down and 16. The line to gain is the 35 after all that. And now the referee is going to blow its head for a Sexton timeout. Willie Dillard wants a chance to talk to his guys. 3:40 to go in the third. They're up 26-6. You're watching the MHSAA Game of the Week on OpenEndedMedia.com. Open-Ended Media is not just your friendly neighborhood broadcast partner. We're also the area's premier real estate and event media company. If you're preparing your home for the housing market, let OEM make your listing shine with the very best photos, drone aerials, 3D tours, floor plans, and video walkthroughs in the state. If you need photography or videography for your event, Open-Ended Media can do that for you. Graduations, senior photos, parties, corporate gatherings, and more. And check out our 360 photo booth, perfect for any special occasion. For more information, call us, photos at openendedmedia.com. 3:40 to go, third quarter. Sexton 26, Ionia 6. J-Dub's trying to put the finishing touches on this one. A long touchdown drive here would do just that. Realistically, a long drive, even if it didn't result in points, would probably do quite a bit of damage. Two receivers for Carter Foreman, one on either side. Got the shotgun back and then the up back in front. Play action. Carter Foreman standing tall in the pocket. Deep ball down the middle. He wants Brown. He's got him at midfield, but he dropped it. Willie Brown would still be running if he had held on to that football. Instead, it's 3rd down and 16.
3rd down and 16.
They have been trying to unlock Willie Brown all game. He caught that 3-yard touchdown on that back shoulder fade to the end zone, but they have targeted him 10 times now and only 3 catches for 22 yards. That time it hit him in the hands. You got to hold on to that one, and he knows it. They're going to punt this one away. It'll hit the ground at midfield and be fielded by Nolan Hart. He's going to be hauled down at the Sexton 45, and a flag comes out. Believe that's a face mask.
Flag on the play. Tell your baby to use the bathroom at halftime, please.
3:23 to go, third quarter. And the face mask will be on Sexton. They're going to move this football down to the 30, and all of a sudden, the Bulldogs, they got really good field position here. Yeah, you're down 3 scores, but if you can punch this in quickly, you're within shouting distance. Obviously, a lot of things have to go right down the stretch for you. But if you're Sexton, your job is to put this game away, and they didn't do that on that possession. And now Ionia's got a short field here. Wenzel and Sanborn in the gun. Wenzel going to run right up the gut. He's going to gain 3. Excuse me, it was Hart. They brought him in that Wildcat set like they do sometimes. Gain of 3 on the run. Ethan Wenzel had 107 yards in the first half, rushing yards in the first half. He has had -3 in the second.
2nd down and 7.
2nd down and 7, under 3 to play in the third. Wenzel running right side. Got a little bit of a lane up to the 21-yard line, close to the line to gain. Gain of 6 on the run. That'll bring up 3rd and 1. If you're Ionia, you got to be in at least a little bit of a hurry here. Can't afford to waste too much time if you want to claw your way back into this thing. You need 3 touchdowns. And this plodding ground offense takes up a lot of time. Wenzel, the handoff up the middle. Stuffed in the hole is Sanborn. That's going to bring up 4th and 1. And this is, for the Bulldogs, effectively 4th and ball game. You have to have this with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. This is a must-convert situation. The Sexton defense standing tall. They struggled against this ground game in the first half. They played really well against them in the second. 4th and 2. Got to have it. Up the middle. Wenzel. They got it. Up to the 21. Up to the 16-yard line. Gain of 6 on the run. And the Bulldogs stay alive for now. Before this drive, they'd only mustered 1 yard on their previous 2 second-half possessions. A testament to Sexton making the adjustment at halftime and doing the dirty work in the trenches. But also, Ionia, as soon as they start running the ball up the middle again, instead of trying to break it to the outside, they start to find some success again. 1:20 to go in the 3rd. Ball on the 15-yard line. 2 backs next to Wenzel. Takes the snap, fakes the give, takes it up the middle himself, picks up 2. .105 to go, 3rd quarter.
Wenzel the ball carrier.
The Bulldogs not really playing with the sense of urgency that
made by 55, Omar Knowles.
You think that they would need if they were trying to mount a comeback. 45 seconds left in the quarter as they break the huddle. Wenzel and Sanborn in the shotgun. Wenzel fakes the give, rolls to his right, looking to throw, going to take off with it himself inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line, thumps Dion Banks on the way out the door. That's a big guy. And he bounced off that hit at the 6-yard line after a gain of 7. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Clock stops with the run out of bounds. Ionia knocking on the door, trying to get back in this thing. Trailing 26-6. 30 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Third down and 2.
Hart will take the snap. He's going to run it himself up the middle, falling over the pile. I don't think he got it.
Hart the ball carrier.
Maybe a yard, but I think he came up short. And I think we're going to start this 4th quarter with a 4th and 1 situation for the Bulldogs. Teams will switch sides. 4th quarter coming up. Bulldogs down 3 scores, trying to cut it to 2. You're watching the MHSAA Game of the Week on OEM TV.
The 3rd quarter.
Located in downtown Mason, Keen's Store Company is the store with just a little bit of everything. From fine clothing and quirky candies, Keen's is meant to feel comfortable, friendly, and down home. Open 7 days a week, Keen's is a perfect getaway when needing a little bit of me-time retail therapy. With great customer service and an unparalleled attention to detail, Keen's is where you need to be when you want to be you again. This Ionia offense. They were so effective running the football in the first half. The second half, they have had much more difficulty. And Sexton's got him in a 4th down and short. Another gotta-have-it situation for the Bulldogs offense. Trying to stay in this football game. It's been a rough season for these Bulldogs. A couple weeks ago, they had to forfeit just due to lack of players. They had to forfeit against Portland. Then the next week they came out and they got smacked against Olivet. But last week they rallied. They played a good game against Charlotte. They lost 40-28 to a pretty decent Charlotte team. And they put up a decent fight here tonight. They're trying to stay in it here. But you got to convert this fourth down on the first snap of the fourth quarter at the Sexton 6-yard line. Wenzel keeps it. First down. Down on the goal line. Touchdown. And the Bulldogs are not done yet. 26-12. Two-point conversion time. Not necessarily because the two-point conversion helps you much, but they don't really have a kicker, and they're going to blow this one dead. It's going to be false start on Ionia. That's the second time they've committed a penalty on a two-point conversion attempt. It's going to back them up again. Last time this happened, they decided to run a trick play. A pitch into a pass. We'll see what they do here. I got to get 7 to get into the end zone. If you score 3 touchdowns and Sexton does not score, you only need 1 2-point conversion to tie the game. 2 would put you in front. Obviously, you're assuming 3 touchdowns and no Sexton points at all. So it's assuming a lot. Rolling to his right, Wenzel throws, end zone, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Willie Brown stepped in there and almost picked it off. If he had picked it off, he couldn't return it anyway because it's a dead ball situation in high school. So the two-point conversion's no good. And it stays 26-12, Sexton leading Ionia here. And now Sexton will have an opportunity to put this thing away. Ionia tried something of an onside kick their last time on the kickoff to start the second half. Just kicked it right at Jose Valles, who's now over on the far side of the field. And he fell on it, made his play. But I think that everyone in the stadium knows that the onside kick's coming up this time. They're already lined up in more of a onside kick formation. So we'll see if Ionia can get the bounce here. Wenzel lined up for the onside kick. Kick is away. It pings off a Sexton player. It's loose on the ground, but I think that Devontae Lewis jumped on that for the J-Dubs. It hit off the upback. It did exactly what Wenzel wanted it to do. He hit a knuckleball that's very difficult to catch. It hit off the upback's leg. But Devontae Lewis jumping on that football. It's a big play for Sexton. And now you got an opportunity. Put this thing in the end zone, and you're 4-3. 3 receiver set for Carter Foreman in the shotgun. He's got Purdue next to him. Takes the snap. Quick throw. Left side. Caught by Stewart. Breaks past one man over the 40, and he'll be knocked out of bounds right there. Gain of 8 on the play. Stewart over 100 yards receiving for the game now. They're going to spot him back at the 42-yard line. So I take that back. He's at 99 receiving yards for the game. 2nd down and 4. Clock does stop.
2nd down and 4.
But if you're Sexton, the most important job is to move the chains. Keep the football moving. Every first down can take 2 minutes off this clock. 3 receivers set. They bring the blitz, pump fake. Carter Foreman stepping up, gonna get hit. Lost the football. It's on the ground, and I think a Sexton player's got it. The offensive lineman fell on it, trying to see who it was. Heads up play by, I believe that was James Brown who fell on that football. That could have been a huge play for Ionia if they had gotten on that football.
Loss on the play. Brings a 3rd down and 11.
So a loss of 7 on the sack. Third time that Carter Foreman's been brought down in the backfield in this game. Ionia's been bringing the blitz. And sometimes it's been getting there, especially here in the second half, doing a better job in their single coverage assignments. Under 11 to go in the third, and Sexton is going to call their second time out. Willie Dillard wants a chance to talk to his guys about this 3rd down play. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard from around the area. Olivet leading Charlotte 6-0 in the second quarter. DeWitt up 20-0 on Grand Ledge in the second there. Mason leading Fowlerville 28-7. Lansing Catholic leads Lakewood 13-7. Hazlitt over St. John's 14-7. Williamson leads Eastern 30-0 at the end of one. Coamo Westphalia 14, Fowler 6 at the end of the first quarter there. A battle of the 0-6s, Perry and Dansville. Perry leading 14-6 in the second quarter.
Beavers.
3rd and 11, ball on the 49-yard line. Rolling to his right, Carter Foreman under pressure, uncorks it, deep ball is caught. No, it's incomplete. Keith Morgan had it in his hands. Aiden Stokes knocked it free.
Pass intended for 12. Keith Morgan calls it complete.
Morgan couldn't hold on. It's 4th and 11.
Brings a 4th down and 11.
And Sexton it looks like they've still got the offense on the field. This is an interesting call. 4th and 11 at the 49-yard line. And the offense is on the field. Might be looking for a hard count here. They have a timeout left. They might be just looking for the hard count, try to make it maybe 4th and 6. Maybe you will actually go for that. Ionia, you got to stay home and don't jump. Now they're going to snap it. Carter Foreman under pressure. Run into his left. He's going to take off, and he's going to get the first down. Abdul Carter Foreman on 4th and 11. Willie Dillard rolls the dice. And Abdul Carter Foreman comes up 6s. A gain of 12. A huge play for Sexton. Ionia could have gotten the football back near midfield with 10.5 minutes to go in the fourth. But Willie Dillard trusts his offense, leaves them on the field, and they pick it up on 4th and 11. What a gutsy call. 2 receivers for Carter Foreman. Handoff Purdue, left side. He's got 6. Lost the football. Ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Ionia thinks they've got it. And Ionia's got the football. No signal yet. And it will be Bulldogs football. They convert 4th and 11 and immediately give the football back. And now Ionia with the ball on their own 32-yard line. This game is not over. Again, a lot of things got to go right for Ionia here, but you score a touchdown, suddenly you're in business. Up the middle, over the 35 down to the 37-yard line goes Wenzel. Wenzel's been in the end zone twice. 136 yards on 23 carries. Second down and 5, ball on the 38-yard line. Under 10 to go in the fourth. Heavy set. Wenzel hands it off, trying to get outside, cutting it up the middle, and lost the football. It's out. And Sexton's got it at the 41. They stripped Nolan Hart at the 43. It was such a clean strip, it almost looked like they didn't lose the football. And I think that's Corey Jackson who picked it up for Sexton. And the J-Dubs have the football back at the 40-yard line with 9:36 to go. Carter Foreman in the shotgun. Excuse me, no, that's Josiah Stewart out of the Wildcat. Breaks the tackle, trying to get outside, up over the 35-yard line, cutting it back at the 30. First down and more down to the 25-yard line. Josiah Stewart, taking the snap himself, picks up 15 and moves the chains.
Ball 25-yard line. Where's the Killers? J-Dub, first down.
$9:15 and counting left in the fourth quarter. J-Dubs trying to officially put this thing away. Brown in the backfield next to Stewart. The give to Brown. Going to lumber back to the line of scrimmage, but nothing more. And Carter Foreman.
Tackle made by 4. Wenzel, along with 77 second.
Not sure where he went. I'm not sure why Abdul Carter Foreman is not in the game here. Usually the other quarterback has been Zion Mathis. We said earlier at the top of the broadcast we expected to see Zion Mathis get some reps at quarterback today. That has not happened. Josiah Stewart now appears to be the honest-to-goodness quarterback of this offense right now. And I'm not sure where Carter Foreman even is. I don't see him down on the sideline. Handoff, Mac Brown up the middle, going to get hit. Going to push forward for a couple.
Mac Brown, ball carrier.
Yeah, they have struggled to get Mac Brown going. There's Carter Foreman. I just spotted him down on the sideline. You can see him down there. He's just not in the game. He's got his helmet on. I guess Sexton's decided to go with, because they're going with more of a run-first approach, maybe they want to leave the more Wildcat-type quarterback in the game. Give themselves a little bit more rushing upside because they don't really plan on throwing the football down here as they try to run off the final 7.5 minutes. Timeout called by Sexton. That's their last timeout of the half. With 7:15 to go in the fourth. J-Dubs trying to put this thing away. Ionia's been nipping at their heels this entire game. Haven't been able to get rid of them. They might be able to now, leading by 14. 7.25 to go. Trying to add to this lead. I want to once again thank all of our amazing sponsors. This game is presented by the Robert Dowding Group at Keller Williams Realty. 517-853-6390. 517-853-6390. Tanuki's Trading Post, Lansing's anime store. Come for the anime, stay for the shenanigans. I'm in that store at least 1 or 2 nights a week. Brandon and Onyx are the very best. It's my favorite place to go play card games. So be sure to check out Tanuki's Trading Post in Lansing. Keen's Store Company in downtown Mason. The store with just a little bit of everything. Where you need to be when you want to be you again. Keen's Store Company in downtown Mason. One of the most unique and fun shops in this area. Appreciative of all of our sponsors. If you want to sponsor one of our broadcasts, have your ad read. Basketball season's coming up, y'all. Sexton and Waverly basketball. We're going to have so much of that. It's going to be such a fun season. Broadcasting at openendedmedia.com. In the shotgun. Trying to run it up the middle is Stewart over the 20-15, spinning down to the 10-yard line. It's a first down. And Josiah Stewart answering my question, why they put him in there. He just adds that extra bit of dynamism to the quarterback position in a run-first scenario where you're trying to kill some clock. And now you're 10 yards away from drawing the curtains. .6:45, clock moving. It will be first and goal. They've set down the chains over there on the far side. Stewart and Brown in the backfield. Stewart going to throw. Far side, end zone, climbing the ladder. Did he catch it? No. Vincent Crippen in coverage on Jamel Brown. Brown couldn't hold on through the contact. Good defense from Crippen. He has had an up-and-down game at that corner position. He's gotten beat a couple times. He's made some good plays. Credit him with his second pass defense of the game. 6:25 to go. They tried to change it up a little bit by having Josiah Stewart throw the football. It's a good throw, but a better piece of defense. Handoff, Matt Brown. It's loose on the ground. Who's got the football at the 11-yard line? I think Sexton got it back. They did. Another fumble on the exchange. Both teams struggling to hold on to the football tonight. Ultimately, nothing gained, nothing lost. 6:05 and counting here in the fourth quarter. And now Abdul Carter Foreman going to check back into the football game.
Third down and goal.
Stewart returning to the huddle as well. 3rd and 10. Under 6 to play. Sexton trying to put this thing away. And a flag has been thrown. Illegal substitution on Sexton.
Illegal substitution against Sexton.
So 3rd down and goal from the 15. Carter Foreman is the quarterback. 4 receivers set. Takes the snap. Rush comes. Throws. Left side. End zone into double coverage. It is incomplete. A lot of contact. The flag does not come out. Trying to find Stewart. That'll bring up 4th down. It'd be a 32-yard field goal from here. Gene Mitty, I think he's got the range, but he's been a bit erratic tonight. Only 2 for 4 on extra points. Hit one off the upright his last attempt. So I think they're going to leave the field goal unit on the sideline. A field goal would make it a 3-score game and effectively end it for good. It's already tough sledding for Ionia to try to find 2 touchdowns for sure, but a 3-score game would put it beyond all doubt. They're going to leave the offense on the field. 4 receivers for Carter Foreman in the shotgun. They bring the heat again. Carter Foreman steps up, throws, right side, wants Brown. He's tripped up in the end zone, and no flag is thrown. Brown and Shattuck came together. Brown tripped over Shattuck's foot, and that is almost always called, and the Sexton fans don't like it. That is a pass interference almost every single time, but the referees let that one go, and it's a turnover on downs for Sexton.
First down, Ionia from their own 15-yard line.
So Ionia going to get the football back. Wenzel running left side. Picks up 9.
Wenzel the ball carrier.
And now you've got to be in a hurry here. You don't have a choice. Under 5.5 to go. This is a run-first offense. They're not going to score by trying to throw the football all over the yard. Running back into the huddle with the play call is Teddy Sprank.
2nd down and 1.
They break the huddle. 5:08 to go. They're going to throw it. Stepping up. Deep ball, right side. That's incomplete. I think he got his arm hit as he released it. Did Wenzel. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Ball on the 24-yard line. 4:58 to go in the fourth quarter.
3rd down and 1.
Trying to be multidimensional. Wenzel hands it off. Hart hitting the backfield, pushing, trying to get that first, but he's not going to get there. Once again, Ionia, they try this kind of tight end sweep run with Hart. It just isn't working, and they're going to give him the first. They gave him the first down. I'm not going to lie to you. I did not see him get that first down. They're going to say he got just enough. Got the nose of the football over the 25-yard line. They're going to move the chains.
25-yard line.
4.5 to go in the fourth. Fresh set of downs for Ionia, but that clock's still moving. The snap. Rolling to his right. Wenzel throws deep. Missed his man. He had Hart down the sideline. Just missed the throw. Incomplete. Second time they've tried to target Hart. Haven't been able to get it to him. 4:19 to go. Sexton. Won 3 out of their last 4. They're really looking to put a stamp on this one. They have not done that. They're going to throw a double pass. This ball is thrown forward, incomplete. In the second throw, and he throws it. It's picked off. That ball shouldn't be live. That was an incomplete pass, but the throw is picked off, and the referees are going to let it play out. The flag comes out very late. They tried a double pass, but Hart's pass to Wenzel went forward. And it hit the ground. That should have been an incomplete pass. Play should have been over. But Wenzel picked up the ball off the hop and chucked it down the field where it was picked off by Sexton. And then a flag comes out on the far side of the field. The referee's going to talk about this. That first pass from Hart to Wenzel looked like it went forward. And if it did, that should be an incomplete pass in the end of the play. If it didn't go forward, it was a fumble that could then be picked up and thrown by Wenzel. But I don't think it went forward. Well, we'll see what the referees have to say. They'll let it play out, but they can make the decision here. And there's also the flag. That seems to be the primary focus of their conversation. Illegal block in the back on Sexton on the interception return. But because it happened after the interception, the J-Dubs are going to keep the football. A wild series of events on that play. From up here, that absolutely looked like a dead ball incomplete pass on the first attempt on the double pass from Hart to Wenzel. Referee's still talking about it. But based on the fact that they're calling this penalty, they're playing that first pass like it was a backwards pass, like it's supposed to be. That's how that play is designed. It's supposed to be a handoff into a backwards pass back to the quarterback, and the idea is that everyone's attention is in the backfield so someone can get open down the field, and that just didn't happen for Ionia on that play, but you're in desperation mode at that point. Referees are still trying to sort this out. Now they're coming over to talk to Willie Dillard on the sideline. Dillard does not look happy. And it looks like they are going to give the ball back to Ionia. and they've got third down on the down marker. So they did go back and say that first pass was an incomplete pass, and yes, that is the correct call made by the officials. That first pass went forwards. It was an incomplete pass. The play should have been dead when that ball hit the ground. Wenzel picked it up and threw it, and I'm not sure why they didn't just blow it dead initially if that was going to be the call. But that is the right call. All right, so after all that, it's 3rd and 10. We're going to keep this going. Wenzel in the shotgun, takes the snap, runs to his left, gets over the 30, breaks the tackle, first down, gain of 11. Under 4 to go, and this Ionia team just refuses to go away. By luck or by judgment, this game is somehow still not over. First down. Now they're going to run the clock after resetting the chains. But Ionia's still taking a whole lot of time. They got 3 timeouts, but they got to be moving here. You still got to cover 66 yards. They're wasting a lot of time in this huddle. They spent 17 seconds in that huddle. Wenzel takes the snap. Going to pitch it back. And he's going to take off over the 40. Staying in bounds is Sanborn down to the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 8, but he probably should have found a way out of bounds. And I think Ionia is going to take their first time out. 3:25 to go. Seven Nation Army on a sax solo from the band. Call it a gain of 9. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Or 2nd down and 1, excuse me. We got Everett next week. Everett at Holt in week 8. And then we're going to wrap up our regular season in Lansing as DeWitt takes on Everett. That red-hot DeWitt team. Everett going to try to spoil the party for them in week 9 in Lansing. Be sure to join us for that game. But yeah, pair of Everett games to close out our regular season here on OEM TV. Shotgun snap, Wenzel, deep ball, right side, wants Hart, and he overthrew everybody, incomplete.
Wenzel's pass falls incomplete.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, they struggle to get vertical, that's for sure. It is not their strength at all. Ball on the 45-yard line, 3rd and 1. But that's when you want to uncork it, is on 2nd down and 1, because you feel pretty confident that you can pick up the first down here on either 3rd or 4th down. Whole playbook is open here on 3rd and 1. Got to be careful if you're Sexton. Running right up the gut out of the quarterback draw to the 45-yard line once again is Wenzel. This dude is having a heck of a day running the football.
Results on the first down for the Bulldogs. After the 45-yard line.
166 yards on 27 carries for Wenzel. He's been very impressive. But that clock moving now, approaching the 3-minute mark for Ionia. Ball on the 45-yard line. Wenzel in the gun. He's got Sanborn next to him. Takes the snap. The pitch back to Sanborn. Trying to break outside. A flag flies. Another flag flies as Sanborn breaks tackles up over the 30 and cut down at the 28. As it is, it's a gain of 17, but there are 2 flags in the backfield. This is almost certainly coming back. Holding called on Ionia, and that will back him up. Ten-yard penalty. Bring up 1st and 20 at their own 45 this time with 2:49 to go in the 4th quarter. And the clock's going to run.
From the Ionia 45-yard line.
Ionia getting up to the line quickly now. Wenzel in the gun. Got Sanborn next to him. Takes the snap. Handoff. Sanborn up the middle. Down to the 49-yard line. Gain of 4 on the run. The Bulldogs, They're running out of time. 2.5 minutes to go with 2 timeouts. You've got to find some way to get vertical. Second out and 16. Wenzel running it himself, left side, breaks over the 45 down to the 39-yard line. Gain of 11 on the run. You got to get up to the line and snap it. They're going to call timeout instead. 2:06 to go. With only 2:06 to play, you're either going to need to break a big play on the ground or throw the ball, get out of bounds. Something's got to happen. This Ionia team's going to have to open it up a little bit if they want to do anything other than potentially score a cosmetic touchdown. The broadcast of today's game is a copyrighted presentation of the Michigan High School Athletic Association and open-ended media. No reproduction, retransmission, or other distribution of the descriptions or accounts of this game may take place without the express written consent of the MHSAA and open-ended media. You can, of course, catch this archive in its entirety on our YouTube page. You can click the link right below the broadcast video window where it says you can watch the archive anytime for free, and you can check that out. Our other broadcasts from the season are there, as well as the audio broadcast of MSU women's hockey will be there as well. Wenzel on the draw again. Over the 35, moves the chains. Gain of 5. Clock will stop to reset the sticks with 2 minutes to go. They're going to put the ball on the 34-yard line. Now they're in a hurry-up. Now they're in a true hurry-up. Wenzel takes the snap. Give to Hart. Going to be dropped back at the 36-yard line. Again, that sweep run has not worked today. Hart has had so much trouble getting free on those runs. They lose a pair. Clock moving. 1:35 to go. 2nd and 12. Ball on the 36. Wenzel up the middle. Going to get pushed forward over the 30 to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7 on the run. And that's going to be the third timeout for the Bulldogs.
Timeout, Ionia.
With 1:25 left in this football game. For Sexton, 2 more games that they're supposed to win to wrap up their regular season. They got Eaton Rapids next week, and then they finish it up against Lansing Eastern. If you win out, you're basically in. Currently ranked number 30 in Division 4. A 6-win season will almost certainly get you in if you're Sexton. Ionia still looking for that first win. They got Lansing Catholic next week, and then they got Lakewood the week after. And frankly, the way that those 2 teams' seasons have gone, those might be compelling football games, especially given what we've seen out of Ionia tonight. The pitch on the outside, Sanborn trying to find the edge, and he cannot. Lost a yard on the run, and now it's 4th and ball game.
Tackle made by 0, Willie Brown.
1:10 left.
Loss of 1 in the play. 14 out of 6.
Running up the middle. And he's going to get the first down to the 23-yard line. Wenzel, they have not had an answer for him. It's probably going to be too little too late, but my gosh, Ethan Wenzel has been so good for Ionia in this game. In the shotgun, Wenzel fakes the give, trying to look downfield. He's only got 1 receiver in a pattern, throws it away. Yeah, if you're going to run play action, you might want to have more than 1 guy running down the field. 48 seconds to go. Sexton going to win this football game, but they're probably not going to feel great about it. They got gashed on the ground, and we got a flag down after the fact. They're going to move this football down to the 9-yard line. It's going to be first and goal after a penalty on Sexton. So first and goal for the Bulldogs.
From the 9-yard line.
Wenzel takes the snap, looking left, throws, end zone, incomplete, flags fly.
Incomplete. Flag on the play.
Holding on Ionia, going to back him up to the 19-yard line. Trying to thread the needle to Kyle Cusack, his first target of the ball game. But it will go for naught. It'll be first and goal from the 19-yard line. 43 seconds, no timeouts for Ionia. No safeties over the top for Sexton. Takes the snap. Wenzel rolls to his right. Pump fakes, going to take off with it. Breaks the tackle inside the 10. 5, Wenzel, end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Wenzel the ball carrier. Was all the plays on Ionia touchdown.
Another long touchdown drive. And the Bulldogs, they're back within one score. I just said that Sexton's going to win this ball game, but it's not technically over. Bulldogs about to go for 2. It's a one-score game regardless. Wenzel running up the middle, falling to the goal line, did not get in. So, 34 seconds to go. Bulldogs down 26-18 to the J-Dubs. And now you've got an onside kick situation. Bulldogs have tried a couple of onside kicks in this game. None of them have worked. Tip of the cap to the Bulldogs, man. This is the best performance I think I've ever seen by an 0-6 football team. They are not playing like an 0-6 football team. They've made some big plays defensively. They've run the ball extremely well today. And now they're going to have one more chance here. If you recover an onside kick, you got at least a Hail Mary. Wenzel puts the ball on the tee. The run up and the kick. Takes the bounce. Picked up by Sexton. Willie Brown's got it. And the ball came out, maybe? Did the ball come out? Ionia says they have the football. Referees, no signal yet. They're talking. Willie Brown might have dropped that football. Ionia's got it, and it's Ionia football. There ain't no way. Ionia didn't even recover the onside kick. Willie Brown did, and then he fumbled. And now Ionia has 33 seconds.
Play.
48 yards separate Ionia from a chance to tie this football game, and a flag has come out. If this is an unsportsmanlike or a personal foul on Sexton, it could be a sideline warning. No, it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Sexton. That's going to move the ball 15 yards. This just went from almost impossible to reasonably probable. Ball on the 33-yard line, and the Ionia Bulldogs, they got a puncher's chance at this. Wenzel and Sanborn in the shotgun. Two receivers split to the right. Wenzel takes the snap. The rush comes. Deep ball, right side. It's incomplete. Second down.
Brings up second down and 10.
Second down and 10. Ball on the 33-yard line. No timeouts. First downs can stop the clock. 3 receivers for Wenzel. Takes the snap. The rush comes. Wenzel rolls right. Throws it up into the sky. Incomplete. Ionia wanted a pass interference call. They're not going to get it. That ball was not catchable. 20 seconds to go. This game should have been over. Sexton had multiple opportunities to put this game away, and they did not. And now you are literally playing with fire. 20 seconds to go. All it takes is one miracle, and we got a football game on our hands again. Wenzel, under pressure, stepping up in the pocket, rolls to his right, throws deep down the seam. It's intercepted. Gonna run it out is Stewart, and he's gonna fall to the turf, and finally this football game is over. What a wild one here in Lansing. Ionia just kept getting up off the mat. They refused to go down. Finally, they run out of time. The Sexton J-Dubs are going to escape with a 26-18 win over the Ionia Bulldogs. The Bulldogs put a real scare into the J-Dubs tonight, and the J-Dubs practice is going to be something this week. They take the knee, and that's your ball game. The Ionia Bulldogs come into Majeski Stadium, and they put the fear of God into the Sexton J-Dubs, but JW Sexton holds on 26-18. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with Holt and Everett next week. For all of us at Open Net Media, Aiden Hatchett on the camera, I'm Colton Wesley. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back next week. Until next time, your final score tonight, Sexton 26, Ionia 18. You've been watching our MHSAA Game of the Week on OEM TV.
And on October 24th, J-Dubs travel to the east side.